momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got a man. That's Ayuk. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Purdy sets up to throw again. Open man is Jerome Jennings. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. A good pickup there, a 22. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Purdy. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end. Dallas got him. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Hurts. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle getting the sack.
But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Niners are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Purdy looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
No score after one on EA Sports. From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Powers through, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's Purdy.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
First and goal from the 6. Purdy from the gun.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, Brad, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. A give to Barkley out of the gun. It's a pickup of 6.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. James Bradbury there to make the tackle. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. 2nd and 5. Now Purdy. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Niners post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Curt sets up to throw it.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. They'll look to throw here.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 41.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on second down.
Purdy, and that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
On 4th down, here's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not...
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Complete, it's Dodson.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Purdy.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 37 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now it's Mason.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Jordan Mason
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Niners will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on first down. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Purdy looking to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Back to throw. Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. McCaffrey fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it with Mason. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jordan Mason
with his second touchdown of the night.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Back to throw.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They'll get 34 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got Mason complete.
And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. Here's Purdy.
A dump off for Mason. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Purdy.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Juwan Jennings,
29 yards.
and the Niners have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Now Moody for the PAT.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So the victory here for San Francisco. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.